Hi folks, it's Chef Kevin. I just made a batch of roasted red potatoes with rosemary, thyme, and sage, with garlic and serrano peppers. If you'd like to see how I made it, all you have to do is keep watching. Okay, here are the ingredients. These are Green Giant Klondike Petite red potatoes. That's a pound and a half. I'm not going to use all of these. This is just going to be a demo. I have some serrano peppers. Those are optional. If you don't want to use those, you don't have to. This is going to be nice and hot and spicy. I have a clove of garlic here. And I have some, I bought this today. It's a medley of organic blend herbs. There is thyme, rosemary, and sage in here. And those are all going to complement the potatoes. I have some salt, freshly ground black pepper, and I have some light olive oil. You don't want to use a virgin olive oil. That'd be too heavy, too tasty. You don't want to taste the oil. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and prep the vegetables. I have my sage, my rosemary, my thyme here, and what I'm going to do is take the stem and hold it and pull the leaves off. The stem is very, very hard. You don't want that in your food. Rosemary is easy to do. Okay, thyme is a little bit more difficult. It's much more delicate, but basically it's the same maneuver. You pull the leaves off the stem. This smells so great already, you have no idea. There's no easy way to do this, folks. I'm sorry. It's very time consuming. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'll prep that off camera. And I have the sage here. Basically, I'm just going to take the stems off. And just give it a chop. I want it to be fairly small pieces. You don't want to bite into a big piece of rosemary. Rosemary is very, very potent. And yet I don't want to make it look too fine like a powder. That's about the consistency that I'm looking for. Okay, let me just talk to you a little bit about the herbs. I'm using fresh herbs. Now you can buy all these herbs in dry form, but I urge you not to use the dry herbs in this situation because the dry herbs need a lot of liquid to reconstitute. They have to be woken up to bring their flavor out. These are already packed with flavor and so much aroma. So a little bit of extra work will really turn out to be a plus when it comes to this dish. So you can do it, but it just won't be the same. Okay, I'm going to keep working on my veggies. This is about a pound of potatoes. And I washed them, I rinsed them I should say, under cold water. I always rinse my vegetables. I tried to cut them as close as I could to equal sizes. Some of them, some of them are larger than others. This one I didn't even cut. Some I had to cut in three pieces. Being root vegetables, they're difficult to cut consistently because of their irregular shape. Okay, this is the cast iron pot or pan that I'm going to be using. This is a Staub brand cast iron pan. I'm going to add a sufficient amount of oil, about a third of a cup or so. Now I could do this in a separate bowl, but it doesn't make sense to dirty another bowl just for this procedure. Okay, I have my 3 Serrano peppers. I have my my head of garlic. Now about garlic, this is another option. I think roasted garlic is really has a beautiful taste. It's not harsh like raw garlic. And you can eat them just like that, or you can take them and spread it out on a cracker or a piece of bread, and it's just absolutely delicious. This is black pepper I just ground. Sea salt. This is about 2 ounces of the herb medley. Just going to go ahead and use my hands. This looks good enough to eat already. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, they're not stacked too high on each other. You want to make sure that they're fairly spread out so that way they cook. Okay, I'm going to put these in my convection oven in the roast mode. Now when an oven is in the roast mode, you have the heat coming from the top and the bottom as opposed to just the top, which would be the bake mode. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the oven right now. Okay, I have a wire rack here. This way the heat can hit the bottom of the pan. Okay, I'm going to put this on 350 for 30 minutes and then come back and flip them over. It's been 30 minutes. Let's check this out. Sizzling away. Okay, I'm just going to toss these about. Now this side will go really well with any type of poultry. Okay, I'm going to put these back in for another half hour and then stick them with a fork and figure out if they're cooked or not. Coming up on 53 minutes. How's that looking? You can take a fork and just stab it. I would say these are done. There's not much resistance. The peppers, the Serrano peppers, nice and charred up. The garlic is very tender. I don't want to put that in my hand. I can see when I stab it though, the cream is just flowing out of it. It's looking so nice. Okay. I'm hungry. I'm going to make myself dinner. So here you have it, folks. This is Chef Kevin's roasted red potatoes served with sweet green peas and roasted chicken breast. Of course, you have to have gravy on that. And there you go. That's my meal for tonight. I wish you were here to see it and eat it.